You're waiting for a sign. Here's what nobody told you. 5 of them already came. You called each one a phase. The company benefits from you reading them that way. It has no structural reason to correct you. Here are the 5 real exit signals. In order. Sign 1. Your decisions have become executions. 18 months ago, your input shaped outcomes. Today, the decisions are made before your input is requested. You're still in the meetings. Your name is still on the project. But somewhere in the last year, the line between shaping the work and running the work quietly disappeared, and nothing was scheduled to tell you. The company doesn't experience this as a problem. You absorb complexity without escalating it. You make the function reliable. From the institutional perspective, this is exactly what they built you to be. From yours, it means your impact ceiling is already set. And a ceiling that's set doesn't move because you deliver harder. Sign 2. Your reputation has stopped moving. Here is the test. If a colleague describes what you do in a conversation you're not part of, is that description identical to what it would have been 2 years ago? Same title, same summary, same scope? If yes, you've been filed. Not fired, not managed out, filed. Organizations sort people the way they sort infrastructure, by stability and function. The professionals on active promotion tracks have descriptions that change. New scope, new stakes, new visibility. You've become the person who runs the function well. What follows is calibration drift. The organization adapts its baseline expectations to whoever is consistently present. The manager who seems harder on you than on the underperformer isn't applying a double standard through malice. They've adapted to 2 different baselines, and yours is the one you built too well to be forgiven easily. Nobody scheduled a meeting to explain this. The meeting where it was decided didn't have your name on the invite. Sign 3 is what happens when sign 1 goes unaddressed long enough. Sign 3. Your skills are building value for one company. Think about what Kevin's been doing for 4 years. He's become the person who makes the quarterly ops cycle run without incident. His manager calls him foundational. His institutional knowledge is deep. When something breaks, Kevin is the call. Then Kevin interviews externally. The hiring manager asks what he's built. Kevin explains a process that saved his company 40 hours a quarter. The room nods. They have no equivalent system. The story requires context that only exists in Kevin's current building. The market pays for transferable skills, skills with a value outside the company that employs you. What Kevin built was real. It was valuable. It was also proprietary. And the longer he stayed building it, the harder the translation problem became. Sign 3 doesn't feel like stagnation. It feels like depth. The ceiling is also real. Sign 4. The extraction ratio is upside down. The role is taking more than it returns, not in salary, in the things that don't appear on a pay stub. Cognitive load, the hours that extend past what you're paid for. The energy that doesn't come back after you deliver what the week requires. The company tracks your output. It doesn't track your depletion. It doesn't run a calculation on what it costs you to sustain what it's receiving. You're the only one running that calculation. The question isn't whether you're tired. The question is whether what you're putting in, time, attention, the parts of yourself that don't reset overnight, is returning something that compounds outside this role. Growth, optionality, a skill set worth more on the open market next year. They don't call that imbalance. They call that a reliable employee. Sign 5. You've stopped protecting yourself. You used to maintain professional relationships outside this building. You used to know what your skills were worth on the market. You used to be visible in conversations that could accelerate your next move before you needed one. Now you don't. Not because you chose to let those things go, because the role consumed what remained after you gave it what it needed. They process your absence as continued reliability. From the outside, it looks indistinguishable from stability. From the inside, it means the exit that was once clean has become complicated. The network that would have shortened the next move now needs warming up. The story you'd tell about why you're leaving now requires 4 sentences and still doesn't land cleanly. In practice, it means that when the right move finally appears, you need 6 weeks to warm up the network that should have been warm already. Sign 5 is the most expensive, not because it's dramatic, but because by the time it's visible, it's already cost leverage you can't immediately recover. Run the exit signal audit right now. 3 questions. Impact. Are you shaping decisions or executing them? Growth. Are your skills worth more on the market next year? Reputation. How do people describe you when you're not in the room? If you answered poorly to 2 of these, your window to leave clean is closing. If you answered poorly to all 3, you are in the indispensability trap. That is the exact mechanism that makes Sign 1 invisible while it destroys your leverage. The breakdown of that trap is on screen right now. Click it before your company makes the decision for you.